Good morning, fabulous fourth grade. Today is May 6, 2020. It is a wonderful Wednesday, and we are going to continue with our online instruction in our virtual classroom. All right. So again, good morning. Today we're going to continue with learning about the universe. So more specifically, we're focusing on Earth, our personal planet. Earth is the third planet from the sun, and it is the only astronomical object known to harbor life, which means that it is the only planet in outer space that we know has living organisms on it, plant and animals. So our learning goal for today, I can explain how the orbit of the Earth and sun cause observable patterns, more specifically night and day, also tides and eclipses, solstices and equinoxes. But more specifically, I can explain how the orbit of the Earth and sun cause observable patterns, for example, day and night. All right, so the big idea is that Earth orbits the sun as it tilts on its axis. The Earth is tilted at a 23.5-degree angle. Because of Earth's tilt and orbital pattern, we have different phenomena like day, night, and seasons. So our big question, our essential question is, why do we have day and night? We're going to continue investigating that question in Google Classroom. All right, so once we get to Google Classroom, we will go to our particular class. I'm going to choose Michigan State, and you will look for the classwork tab. From there, go to today's topic, look for today's date, and I'll move it down. Boom. Then in Chicago State, same idea. Today's, look for the classwork topic, the universe, today's date. All right. And then in Notre Dame, classwork tab, the universe, today's date. Click on today's date. We're going to view the assignment. Go to the instructions if you're not taken directly to the instructions. One thing I do want to put in the instructions, the BrainPop password and username is Davis T. Awesome. All right, so first we always start our lesson out with studying our fab vocab. Our first word is planet. All right, a planet is a large body in space that orbits a star and does not produce light of its own. Our planet is Earth. And these are just some of the other planets within our solar system. The next term is tilt. To cause, to lean, incline, slope, or slant. And Earth is tilted on its axis. This is the axis. It's an imaginary line that goes through the Earth at both poles, the North Pole and the South Pole. And Earth is tilted on its axis at a 23.5-degree angle. Our next term is axis. Now, axis is the imaginary line that passes through Earth's center and the North Pole and the South Pole, which about which Earth rotates, and these are the poles. Next word is orbit. Orbit is the path of an object as it revolves around another object in space. In our case, we revolve around the sun, and this is the third planet from the sun, us. And these are the inner planets. These are the outer planets. These are also called the gas giants. And this is an asteroid belt. This is our other asteroid belt. Star. A ball of hot gas, primarily hydrogen and helium, that undergoes nuclear fusion. These are just stars. They're so pretty. Earth star is the sun. I love the sun, it's so pretty. Rotate. So to rotate is to spin on an axis. It takes Earth 24 hours for it to rotate once, which is a day. And that's responsible for day and night. And Earth rotates on its axis, again, at a 23.5 degree angle. Revolve. To go around something in a circle. To turn around in a circle. So Earth revolves or makes a complete revolution around the sun. However, as it's revolving around the sun, it's also rotating on its axis. Hemisphere. A hemisphere is half of the Earth. So here we have the northern hemisphere, we have the northern hemisphere, and we have the southern hemisphere. And that's just cutting the Earth in half across. And then horizontally, we have the Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere. And when we cut the Earth in 4 halves, or when we cut the Earth in half by northern and Western and Eastern, they become 4 quadrants. And so that's a hemisphere. Direct light. Light coming in not at an angle, and it delivers the most heat. So during the summer season, Earth is tilted, Earth is tilted towards the sun, and we receive more direct sunlight energy. And so because we receive more direct sunlight energy, it's hotter, the temperature is hotter, because we're also receiving more heat. Indirect light. So it's light coming in at an angle, and it's not as hot. So as we revolve around the sun and we continue to rotate on our axis, we receive more indirect sunlight or indirect light energy from the sun. And because it's more indirect, it's not as hot. So that would be like the temperatures of spring, autumn, and winter. Equator. So the equator is an imaginary circle around the middle of Earth, halfway between the north and the south pole. An equinox. It's the 2 days of the year on which neither hemisphere is tilted towards or away from the sun. So it's basically, we're like straight up and down. We're not tilted this way or we're not tilted away. It's just the equinox. And then the solstice. And the solstice is the time where the sun is farthest from the equator. And so when we're tilted either far this way or we're tilted farther this way, because Earth still stays at its 23.5 degree angle, it just goes in a circle, still at that angle. And then the seasons are a result of the tilt, not the distance, the tilt. So Earth has seasons because its axis is tilted as it moves around the sun. So when we're tilted in the northern hemisphere, where Memphis, Tennessee is, when we're tilted towards the sun, we have summer season. Excuse me. And when we're tilted further away from the sun, we have our winter season. Satellite. So a satellite is an object that revolves around another object in space. And so we could be considered a satellite to the Earth, excuse me, to the sun. However, our satellite, Earth's satellite is the moon. The moon. And then finally, the phases of our satellite, the moon. And this is the progression of changes in the moon's appearance during the month. And so this is the sunlight. And as the moon, it takes the moon 29.5 days to make a full revolution around the Earth. And as it revolves around the Earth, we see different amounts of sunlight being reflected off of it. And so this is where we get our phases of the moon. All right, so once you do your fab vocab at least 2 times, go through it 2 times, then I want you to play the matching game. And we're just gonna play it real quick. Let's see, this is, come on, work. There we go. All right, Earth star is the sun. To go around something is to revolve, it's tilted, satellite, and planet. I wish I knew who X-Man. I've got to find out who X-Man is. Scholar, please tell me who you are. But Sanai, Jalen, and I don't know who X-Man is. All right. So do the game at least 2 times. After you do the game 2 times, go back into Google Classroom. And then we have a Brain Pop video. I'm not going to watch the video. However, the password and the username are Davis T 217. It's the same thing. And it's just talking about the solstice and the equinox. It's just very, very interesting. And it's something that you do need to know. The video is only 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes long. And then your thinking questions after you watch it. I've learned from you guys, and shout out to you guys for telling me this. I've learned that the video screeches when I record it. So I'm just gonna put the username and password in there so that you guys can, so you can look at it for yourselves. But the thinking question, after you finish watching the video at least 2 times, go back to the thinking question, and the thinking question is Universe Wednesday. Once you go to the thinking question and you answer, and I think it's only 2 questions, yeah. And we just talked about that. When you look at the video, it'll answer these questions for you, and then this one, you just complete the sentence. But up here where it says share it, it will say turn in on your document on your side. So you'll just turn the document in as opposed to where it says share. It'll say turn in. You'll turn it in there. You'll close this out, and then the next thing it says to do is to go to ReadWorks. And the ReadWorks is what causes the seasons. Some of you did not finish the ReadWorks from yesterday, well, no, Monday. And so you can finish that one as well. And then you also have this one. It's relatively short, and it's only 382 words with a diagram. So once you finish that, make sure you go to the question set and then complete the questions. And then after you complete the questions, press the submit button. It'll be a gray button at the very bottom of the page. It'll be down here. It'll say submit. Okay. So the ReadWorks is 10 points because you have to read and you have to answer questions. The Fab Vocab are 5 points. The thinking question is also 10 points because you have to watch a video and then answer the questions. So now we're at 25 points. And then if you complete the math and science Legends of Learning, then that is another 5 points, which means you have 30 points for today. And the Legends of Learning game is actually fairly simple. It's only going to be 12 minutes. One game is 5 minutes and one game is 12 minutes. And so you will sign in just like normal. You will click student. You're going to play your teacher's playlist. Remember, my playlist is the same as my BrainPop password. So Davis T217. From here, you're going to play now, play the teacher's playlist, teacher's code Davis T217. Next, your student. Oh, I have to log in as a student. I don't want to sign out because I need to be able to access and look at you guys' work. So, but you'll just log in under my name. All right, so let's do a real quick recap. You are going to study the Fab Vocab, Quizlet. Then you're going to watch the BrainPop video. The username and password are both Davis T217. After that, you're going to complete the thinking questions. After that, you're going to complete the ReadWorks. And then finally, the Legends of Learning. May the force be with you. All right. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, I am available. You can send me a message on Dojo. You can send me a message in Google Classroom, or you can send me an email. Your teachers and I are available from 9 to 3 o'clock. And please make sure that you're logging in and that you're completing your Compass Learning assignments. Also that you're logging in and you're completing your Zearn. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to Ms. Davis. I love you guys. Bye.